Hi there guys, it's Enlusion here and welcome to another walkthrough video. This time we'll see how I made my track called Midnight Mirage, which has been released via Basil's BAGRUHM label. So let's get into it. The first group is responsible for the kick and consists of 3 different tracks. The first one sounds like this. You can see that I have removed the mid frequencies around 400 Hz. And I made it into different equalizers, don't even ask me why. And there's a bit of auto filtering, but it only works during the second breakdown. Yeah, and then the second kick is more punchy. And basically I made it quite short because I don't need only slow frequencies of this kick. And I have removed low frequencies here as well, you can see, because all of them are in the first and third kicks here, so I don't need the low frequencies in this particular one. Then a bit of auto filtering as well in the first breakdown, I think. Yeah, indeed. And then a bit of saturation on the higher frequencies, some basic saturator, and some compression to make it more compact. Then the third one, which is kinda atmospheric. You can see that I've only left the mid frequencies kinda around 1000 Hertz, so not too many of them. Yeah, I haven't even edited anything here. And together it's sounding like this. There's a bit of compression here too. So punchy rock kick preset, which I a bit moved, I think, here and there. So yeah, nice and punchy. Has low end, has high end, has a body of a kick. So yeah, worked quite perfect. Then the bass consists of basically samples again. You can see that I've played a lot with this functionality of Ableton, basically fade ins, fade outs, and yeah, it sounds like this. If we turn on the kick, yeah, I played a lot with this audio sample, and basically that's how the bass was born. It's kind of repetitive, but it works. It works. Regarding the processing, there is an LFO tool and Kickstart. For me, it works better together because, for example, here you can see that in the very beginning, there is a very short part of the kick, which is still playing. So I fixed this issue using the LFO tool. That's how the sidechain works. And then you can see that also on the bass channel, I have added some compression to make the bass more groovy, then some balancing as well. It worked like this, don't even ask me why. It worked. And then automation here. Yeah, for example, yeah, in the breakdown parts I removed the lower frequencies a bit from the bass. Then there are 2 more side chains for the rhythm, and I made it fully in mono. Okay, yeah, that's about kick and bass. Now the percussions, well, a lot of them. The first one I think it's the same throughout the track. Yeah, just one single sound, or two. Yeah, actually two. Then this one, I've only used, I think, also part of it. Yeah, and that's it. And nothing changes throughout the track. Next, I have this sample, which, as you can see, panned 35 to the left, and the previous samples were panned to the left as well, 25 left and 15 left. And this one sounds like this. And I used only this sound, I think. Yeah, only this single sound. And I don't think I changed it throughout the track. Yeah, it sounds the same. Next, this sound I used, I think, also a part. Yeah, just one single sound. And that's all. Next, this loop, and I also used only one single sound. And that's all. And next, this one. This one is actually panned to the right, finally. Yeah, the previous samples were all panned to the left. And this one is panned to the right. And I used actually 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds out of this loop. That's a lot. Yeah. And then this one, I think these are the toms. Yeah. Left, right. I love it. Love to use it like this. And I always remove almost all of the lower frequencies from the toms and kind of boost them here and remove them also in the mid a bit. Yeah, it works perfectly like this. And you can see that I made the sample also shorter because we don't need it to be so long. Okay, next we have clap, just standard clap. I think some vocoder. Oh, no, not this time. So you can see how I removed the mid and low high frequencies, and I made it in mono by 50%, and obviously added house effect so that it sounded better in the mix. And then there's another clap, I think. Yeah. Yeah, works amazing together. Also house effect, I think the same delay here, 13.1. Yes, the same delay here. Next, open hat. I'm not sure that you can hear it, but I made this automation of detune, which goes throughout the track. Let's hear it again. Yeah, I think it worked quite nice. I also moved it in mono by 42%, so it's 58% in stereo. Removed all the low frequencies because they are not completely not needed for this kind of sound, and also removed very super high frequencies here a bit. And next, the shaker, my standard shaker. You can see in the velocity here, I played quite a lot with it. Yeah, it gives nice rhythm to the track. And then another percussion. And I used 1.5 sound here. Yep. And there is also this tribal sound, which I used in some of the previous projects, I think. And I actually used it fully. You can see all the sounds. Yeah, a lot of different one shots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, more than 10 of them. if we turn them on together, yeah, quite nice and groovy. And obviously, this track is based on this groove called Swing Notator 16B, which is basically available labeled and you can use it. Next, what else we have? Some atmospheric samples, I think. Yeah. Nothing too specific, and for all the samples of such kind, I always remove lower frequencies because they are not needed. Obviously, a bit of reverb here, 18%, and of course the sidechain. Then this pad, yeah, I think I played a lot of it. Let me check. Yeah, it's actually a couple of, even 3 different steps which I chosen for this track, and these 2 samples are almost identical, I think. Yeah, I just use different parts of them. And then this one here, you can see that I have pitched it up so that it's in the key with the track. Then this one, you can see that I have pitched it down almost entire key down. Originally it sounds like this. And it was way too high. Then this one. Also very nice. That's all for this track, I think. Yeah, all other parts just repeat themselves. Next, my typical line of vocal atmospheres. Nothing too specific, just a whole line of different samples, different atmospheric soundscapes and vocals with a lot of reverb glued together using basically Ableton tool, which allows these fade-ins, fade-outs from one sample to another. And of course, all of them are in the key with the track. This one, for example, is pitched down 9 semitones. This one pitched down entire tone down. Yeah, that's a lot of work, actually. And then this vocal sample, and the track is actually based around it. You can see that I have also pitched it down a bit by 2 semitones. Originally it's like this, but my track is in a different key, so I pitched it down. Not too many automations here, I think. Only some sidechain. Yeah, of course I use Mixed in Key Studio Edition to check the key of any of the sounds which I use in my project, because, well, I don't have musical ear, to be honest. Yeah, so this one is C minor, just like the entirety of the track. Okay, what's next? Next we have, I think, the melody. Yeah, and this melody is entirely based on this vocal sample. Just compare them. And now the melody. So first there was this vocal sample, and then I just, well, played the notes, played with them, and that's how this melody appeared. So let's play them together. Yeah, actually only these first 4 notes were initially in this melody, but then I came up with these 5 more keys. This melody. Yeah. And what's next? Next, some effects. It's not interesting. Then crashes. For crashes, I always use the house effect, of course. A lot of delay. Just like for the effects. Yep. Some uplifter. This is not interesting. Some effects again. A lot of reverb, of course. Now here we have more pad steps, so-called pad steps, and here is one of my favorite parts of the track actually, because these 2 samples are identical. Oh, not identical. It's quite long, so it consists of 2 different parts, the first one and the second one. So I've used the first one in the beginning and then added the second one, but I changed the key of the second part of this sample. So let's hear how it sounds initially. If I move it back here to 0, initially it would have sounded like this. But I thought that I can make it better, so I pitched it down, and now it sounds like this. Yeah, that worked better in the track. Then we have this pad step. And you can see that I've muted almost all of these sounds. So I have cut almost all high frequencies up until 2 kilohertz. Some house effect as well. And then there's this texture. Also pitched down. And I think that's all for the unique samples on this track. Yeah, okay, next, I think it's a bass. Yeah, first track is responsible for the bass. And actually, this idea for the pad bass wasn't initially in the track, and thanks to Basil who recommended it to it. And that was actually the only thing which he kind of told me to do. Okay, there was another one regarding the mix down, but it's not regarding the arrangement or any musical parts of the track. And then, of course, we have these, I call them antenna plugs initially. So I have layered them a bit with the initial synth. And then starts this arpeggio, which I really love in this track. clearly inspired by Nomas or Calenta now, their project with Basil. And there is a hell of a lot of automations here. Yeah, love it. I need to stop using this preset. I promise I will at some point. Yeah. And regarding the processing, it's only about the reverb, EQing, and sidechain. And what is actually this? Ah, yeah. More atmospheres, of course. Never enough of them. Yeah, just another atmospheric sample. And what is this? Of course. Yeah, now these sounds have been recorded by me. It's from some other synthesizer. So they are just recorded. Yep. So you can't see any processing here. It's just the utility alone, and I moved it a bit in mono. Yeah. So that's about it. I think that's all which I wanted to show. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and you can support this track on Beatport, Spotify, and all other portals as usually, and I highly appreciate it. So thank you for watching, and see you in some of my next videos. Bye for now.